What's up, guys? We got a 2009 Nissan Maxima in the house, and we're gonna do the front brake. The rear brake pads and rotors. And I got me a 19mm gear wrench and a 14mm. So we're gonna begin this job immediately. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna take this guy off. Oh, that rubber boot. Where did it go? Save this. We're gonna put it on the new disc there. So let's bang this guy. There you go. A couple of bangs. We'll come out. Use your brake cleaner. All that stuff in there is hazardous, so this thing comes right off. What I like to do here is I like to spray this down the e-brake. This is the emergency brake, so the pad is pretty thick and healthy. And there you go. Just take your flathead screwdriver, do 1, 2, 3 clips, adjust it a bit. Or sometimes the new disc is not worn out, so you might have to come down at it, but that's something that you would do while you're working at it. So what we're gonna do next is I am gonna go grab a wire brush. So here's our wire brush, and I've run some greasing. We're gonna grease things up. So our wire brush, make sure you wire brush or buff this guy out so your disc sits perfectly flush. Same thing in the front, rear, both sides, all around. If it's looking super dirty here, make sure you clean it out with a buffer, whizzer. Anyways, rinse it out with the brake cleaner, parts cleaner. Let it sit for good a few minutes. It's gonna dry off immediately. And while it's drying, we got a high temp brake grease here. Common brake grease is what it look like. What you want to do is drying is done from up here. Just take some of this, submerge it all around it. Same thing on both sides. And if you want to do the front brake pads and rotors, which I do have video of, same thing. Don't go crazy with the greasing either. Just enough so the rotor just sits flush and it's easy to take off next time. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna prep this bracket here. So with this bracket, you want to remove the hardware. We're gonna put on a new hardware. There you go. This guy comes off. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Wire brush. Where did I put the wire brush? I just had it in my hand. Okay, there you go. Again, a wire brush. So what you want to do here is you want to clean this out. Clean it out really good. Take a parts cleaner, same thing, spray it down. Don't spray it inside there. You cannot spray it in there. Same thing on the other side. Okay, let it sit while it dries off. Let's move on to our caliper here. We're gonna move on to our caliper. Okay, our caliper just went back there. Come on now, baby. So this calipers, over time, they would get corroded from inside there. So small little trick I will show you guys. So first thing is we're gonna go get a rack. Okay, so I got these brake rotors here. This is for the rear. Okay, so electric coated, really good. They don't rust out that easy, and they're good for your brake pads. Clean them with the parts cleaner because they do have oil, so you do need to clean the inside where your brake shoe rides at. So that's got to be cleaned out. Otherwise, you're gonna have problems. So I just had the parts guy drop off these rotors. he keep asking me every time how come his brakes are shaking, and if he changed the rotor today, he's good for 6-7 months. So I do want to tell you guys, I'll do a video on that. Your rotors get hot when you slam on that brake pedal. It's like you slamming a hammer. What does a blacksmith do? He heats up the metal and then he bangs it. So pretty much that's what's going on. Plus, avoid puddle of water. So when this thing is hot, you go through a puddle of water, all that smoke come out. This thing just cooled off within seconds, and you're warping. Okay, that's a few things you want to avoid. So let's take this guy. So there isn't a right or wrong way to put this on, and I do gonna have to clean this up because I did touch the rotor. You can touch it, no problem. There's your disc right there. Sits on perfectly even. So what we're gonna do is, let's talk about the brake pads. So here's my brake pads. Evolutions, part number for the rear. And it comes with the hardware. I do have the hardware sitting over here. So we're gonna be installing the hardware. We're gonna talk a lot about this hardware, and we're gonna grease it up really good. And we're gonna talk about the good thing about greasing and the bad thing about greasing, but you do need to grease it. The bracket here, we got the bracket here. So we're gonna take the same grease that we used earlier, this guy right here, and what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put a tiny bit grease right where the hardware is gonna sit. Okay, same thing on both sides. So very tiny. Don't go crazy either, because you don't really need too much either, just enough. And then what we're gonna do is the hardware. Okay, make sure you create this whole bunch of clips in there in the bag, so make sure you grab the correct hardware here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna stick this on, make sure it's right in the center, it goes right on, and make sure the rotor doesn't hit it. So make sure you spin the rotor. Do the same thing for the other side. Let me grab this guy right here, same thing. Okay, the lighting is not that good. Let me bring the lighting over. Whoops. And this thing is gonna sit flush just like that. And we're done with the hardware. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna prep this caliper. So what I like to do on the caliper is I like to grab a rag, clean up the area of the rubber boot. If you have a soft wire brush, you can use that too. And what I like to do here is use some of this silicone grease, just a tiny bit. Let me put the rest away. Like to put it on this boot here. There's too much grease hanging there. Just a tiny bit. Just merge it on the boot. Take your finger, just lubricate all around it. That's gonna protect that grease. Okay. Over time, this caliper is gonna get all corroded. So when you buy this car brand new, what you want to do is, let's compress this first, okay? Because right now, I just want to compress this caliper. So if you have a C-clamp or a tool such as this, just compress this baby. Over time, this caliper will seize up, but if you maintain it properly, it will last for a long time. Okay, that's that. So what we're gonna do is, the dark color grease we got, if you buy this car brand new, just put some in there, okay? Lubricate it really nice, and that's gonna prevent all that rust from occurring. So that's done. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna clean up the slider pin here. Clean up the slider pin. Okay, and let's put this caliper right here. Let's clean up the other slider pin for the top. What we're gonna do next is we're gonna take some of this silicone grease. We're gonna put it on this slider pin, just this one for now. This caliper is different than the other vehicles. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our caliper. Okay, this caliper sits in that direction. So you take this caliper, you take this little guy, stick it in, because remember, this little guy is gonna hit that control arm, so you're not gonna be able to put this in later. So you gotta do it at the same time. Don't put the top slider pin in yet. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this caliper to sit properly And we're gonna put the two 19 millimeters. Make sure you have the washer on. And catch the threads, just like that. Do the same thing for the bottom one. There you go. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna tighten both of these. But your caliper should be able to do that. Okay, I want to tell you guys, what I did here was I took this bolt out. I put the bolt in here and I grabbed it and I spun it on, because your wrench is not gonna go on it unless you use an open-ended wrench. I got it in there already, so that's how you're gonna do that. So just use your imagination there. And what I want to do here is I want to tighten up both of the bolts nice and tight, and we're gonna continue this. All right, so give me a moment, guys. I'm gonna tighten both of the 17 millimeters, and then we will continue installing the new brake pads. So pretty much we're done tightening both of the bolts. Your caliper should come down like that, and your line should be nice and straight. Okay, once you put it up, your line should be nice and straight. Let's take a look how that line look. You see that? It should be nice and straight. Can't have no wiggle or woggle on it. But anyways, let's bring this down. Let's talk a little bit about these brake pads. So you see this shiny piece right here? It's called a brake wear indicator sensor here. Usually it has to be in the back end on the back pad. So as the rotor car goes back, the rotor is spinning this way, and that's where you want it, up on the top on this vehicle, because once it goes back, it will make a squeaking sound once it reaches to that point. Another thing is you want to take a little bit of greasing. Okay, prior to this greasing, I want you to do this. Put on your brake pads, both of them, okay? They should go in easy like that. You should be able to put them in and take them out. If they don't go in that easy, you want to take a file and file here, here, here on the edges. That way you can make the pad just a perfect fitment, okay? After that, I already know these brake pads I buy, they're pretty good, but I still try them on. What you want to do is you want to just put a tiny bit of grease here, tiny bit of grease here. Okay, you can even put it on the hardware there, but what it's going to do is the downside, like I said, we're going to talk the downside, the greasing collects dust. That's what you don't want, okay? So there you go, that pad goes in. So the one with the brake indicator goes on the inside, and the brake wear indicator is on the top. So what I like to do is, the last thing, take some greasing, put some greasing here, take some greasing, put it right there. The job is perfectly done. Let's take this guy, and our caliper is already compressed. Should go right in. Make sure your rubber boot up here. Let me bring the camera this way a bit. So this thing is nice and straight, just like that. What you want to do next is, we need to put some greasing on this guy right here. So what we want to do here is, we want to take the same silicone grease, the white looking grease, put some all around it. Try not to get it up on the tip. Let me clean this off. You don't want too much on the tip, because what the tip is going to do is it's going to work like a plunger, and the tip is not, if you got grease there, it's not going to compress. So your slider pin is going to be, it's not going to go all the way in, and it's going to stop at one point. So what you want to do is make sure, if you have loosened this one up, make sure you tighten that guy. Okay. Sit. And there you go. That's tight. Let me tighten this baby up. And make sure your rubber boot sits right onto the edge of that slider pin. Bada bing, bada boom. Nice and hand tight. If you guys want to torque it, you can torque it. But anyways, we did forget one thing, okay? I talked about the adjustment. Make sure your adjustment is good. We did not forget one thing. It's just that is done at the end, okay? You can do it before that too. But put on that little rubber piece. This little guy. And take a flathead screwdriver, just stick it in. And that's it. Spin it. That's a normal noise, okay? If you hear something like this, or if you hear something like, let me grab one of the old hardwares. If you hear something like this, that's your hardware touching, okay? So you want to double check your hardware. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. See you guys on the next one.